Hi everyone, we're live. It's Monday. It's Monday of a short 4-day week though. So this is like actually like Tuesday, right? Because does that make tomorrow hump day or tomorrow night hump day? I don't know how that works, but we made it. You know, I am wondering what we did this weekend. Stuck at home, just like we've been for 3 weeks now. It's like they're all starting to blur together. I know I'm working during the week, but at the same time, there's stuff that's happening. Like I was doing laundry this afternoon, in between like a conference call and some other stuff, and so it's really funny how that's all kind of weaving together. And if you work for me, you know that I actually always say that I don't believe in the phrase work life balance. I think that we have a life, and that doesn't mean that either one consumes the other. I say we always have a life, and with that life, it's like a circle. Part of it is work. You have to work to live, and part of it is you live, and your life experiences affect your work. So both of them are very important, and neither of them have to happen necessarily at a certain time of the day or a day part or a day of the week or anything like that. So I feel like this new normal, as the people are saying, I hate that phrase, but is really, really epitomizing that, right? And I also joke that everyone is working from home now or working remotely. I was joking with my staff the other day that I feel like we've always worked remotely, but together. So like all of our tools, our project management system is online, our email, our Google Drive, which is where we keep all of our documents. And the only thing is we don't see each other, and so we're having to figure out a way to replace that right now. But it's great. So what y'all do this weekend? So I'll tell you one of the big things we did this weekend is I bawled my fucking eyes out over two different Disney movies. Disney Plus released Onward over the weekend, and that was the movie that was supposed to be in the theater still. It was like the number one movie the weekend before everything fell to shit, and now it is on Disney Plus as of this weekend. And it is one of those movies, just like every Disney movie, where one of the parents has got to be dead within the first 10 minutes of the movie. This one, it was a father. Normally it's a mother, but this one was the father. And I'm not spoiling anything by telling you that because you all know Little Mermaid, no mama. Bambi, mama shot. Uh, Lion King, daddy got trampled. Let's think of some others. I mean, they're all of them. And so, anyway, watch the movie. Really, really cute, well done movie. Funny, humorous. But the ending, oh my God, I was like a puddle. Like the kids, as I said on Friday, I end up turning into their favorite show. They will watch something and then I start crying and they're like, ooh, look at daddy. Ooh, look at daddy. Like, and they don't even ask why I'm crying, and I don't even get embarrassed about it anymore. But it's funny. But at the end of that movie, I was a puddle. Nemo, mama dead, yes. Kelly Bobbitt Rhoda is saying that in Finding Nemo, the mama died. Yep, right at the very beginning. So it's always all of them. And then, so then earlier in the day, though, that day, I will not watch Toy Story 4 because Toy Story 3 murdered me emotionally. That final scene where Andy gives away his toys, like I might cry about it right now. That scene just kills me. But the kids really, really wanted to watch it, and so they turned it on. I was not actually actively watching it. We are like 90 seconds into it, and I am already crying. Again, I'm not actually watching it. There's a scene between Woody and Bo Peep. Not going to ruin anything, but I was like, okay, I'm out. So I physically had to remove myself from the downstairs so that I went upstairs so that I would not hear what was going on. And then Mason at the end comes up to me, and I'm probably going to tear up on this. He goes, Daddy, I don't think you could have handled that movie. It was really sad. And then I'm like, oh, so what happened? And so then he tells me what happens at the end. Stupid mistake on my part. He tells me what happens at the end. I am full face crying about something that I didn't even see. Him retelling it to me what happened, full on like runny nose. I mean, my sinuses were drained. I had a headache afterwards, but that is me. Arden is saying my nail polish is still looking good. It does. So right up there at the top, like where the cuticle is, it's starting to grow out. And that's bothering me a little bit, but because I can feel the edge on it. But other than that, this nail polish is the shit. Nownailpolish.com. It is good, hardcore, heavy duty stuff. The matte finish is starting to wear off a little bit. They're getting a little shinier than they were before because it's nail polish plus then a matte finish on top. But as rough as I am with stuff, I am like kudos to them for holding up really well. Um, and they actually look better now too because also all the sloppiness that I painted around the cuticles and stuff is finally all washed off and come off. My mom says hi. Hi, Cheryl. Love you. Hi, Mom. I don't know why I called you Cheryl. By the way, have I ever told you that my parents' names are Cheryl and Daryl? My parents' name's Ryan. And they were 20 when they had me. And I am a spitting image now of my father in like his late 20s. And my sister is a spitting image of my mother, like clones. And then people think that my sister and I are twins. So it's really kind of weird. But Cheryl and Daryl, they make some pretty kids. So anyway, so we watched this week and we did that. And then it was cold here in Dallas this weekend. On Saturday morning, it was like 70, but then by noon, Friday rather it was like 70, but then by noon, like a cold front blew in and it got cold. And so I went and I almost put my sweaters away, and which is putting your sweaters away is about as much of a wardrobe change as we do here in Texas. But so put my sweaters away, and so I went to get them. And my very, very, very favorite sweater is this delicious cashmere reversible. It's black on one side and gray on the other, and it's cashmere, and it's a cardigan. It's gorgeous. I love it. Moths love it too. Every time I pull it out, there's a fucking moth hole in it. And so right now, it's looking like some ratty ass, like homeless Harvard professor is wearing it. And so my sister's agreeing that my parents make very beautiful children. So my little brother, who was actually only half of he's my half brother, he's pretty also. And he also likes to barely wear clothes because he's a professional wrestler. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. I'll tell you all about that. My little brother, the professional wrestler. Anyway, what I was saying is, so I went to get my sweater out and it's got all these holes. And I'm like, well, darn it. I'm going to darn it. For those of you who don't know what darning is, that's where you like repair a sweater or something by like a million weaves, like back and forth and back and forth. I'm not going to say I did a great job, but I will apologize to all you bitches who are making bread and all that stuff and for calling y'all some Little House on the Prairie. Because all of a sudden I'm here reweaving some cashmere sweaters like Laura Ingalls Wilder trying to repair some threadbare clothing. Cheers, by the way. I don't know if I said cheers. I'm here with my OGP, my Olive Garden pour, drinking my cheap white wine. I'm just talking about the day. Let's see what y'all are saying here also. Darn yes. Yep, Sean. Anyway, so I darned the sweater. It looks a little Grey Gardens-ish. By the way, total tangent here. If you're looking for things to watch, Grey Gardens. Watch that. There is an original documentary, which is the actual real women. So this is the cousin of Jacqueline Bouvier Onassis, and they live in, I think, the Hamptons, or Martha's Vineyard. I think it's the Hamptons. And they run out of money, and their house falls into disrepair. And the documentary is fascinating. It's cringeworthy. And actually, I bet if you like Tiger King, you'd like that movie too. It's not crazy, but it is kind of crazy. I mean, they have such delusions of grandeur, considering like they're eating cat food and stuff like that. I just spoiled a little bit of it for you. It's an old movie. And then, so that's the original, and that actually has the mother and the daughter, Big Edie and Little Edie. And those are the actual women in the original one. And it's in black and white, I think. Then there's a remake of it, which kind of retells the story of making the movie also, that stars Jessica Lange, who I adore, and Drew Barrymore, who I don't, but she's good in this movie. And it's very good as well. And it's basically the same story, but I don't know. I actually like the second one better because it feels less embarrassing to me because it's not the actual people doing it, because I get real embarrassed watching stuff like that. But it's a really good. Grey Gardens is what it's called. Y'all should watch it. It's like, what the fuck is going on with that? East Hampton is where they live. Eric is telling me. Eric and Craig are my two number one gays when it comes to like gay cultural knowledge, and Grey Gardens is definitely one of those movies that you got to watch. So anyway, was talking about darning the sweater and all that stuff. And then there's one other thing. Sorry, I'm looking down at my notes here. Oh, by the way, on Friday when I was talking to y'all, talking with y'all, talking to y'all, talking at y'all, I don't know what I'm doing, but I said May 20th is when the shelter-in-place order is through. It's actually through April 30th, but the emergency declaration under which it falls is through May 20th. So they may extend it. They probably will extend it, but officially we're only under the shelter-in-place order here in Dallas County until April 30th. Someone corrected me on that, and I thought, okay, clarification. And also Dallas Pride got moved. So Dallas Pride is normally, well, it used to be in September forever and ever and ever. And then they finally moved it to June this past year, and it was wonderful. And they moved it to Fair Park. There was a lot of controversy with that, but it was actually a wonderful event. But it takes so much planning, and they can't really do all of that. And so they've actually moved it to July 25th. So Pride in Dallas is now on, I think, Sunday, July 25th. It's going to be hot as hell. But you know what? After being locked up, I don't know. I'm going to be outside. I'm going to go. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So, Eric is saying, can you imagine how embarrassed Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis was? I know. Can you imagine? And by the way, in the remake, she is played by another one of my favorite, super underrated actresses, Celia Ward. I love Celia Ward. I love her dulcet toned voice, and she's just amazing. She must be a straight up bitch and horrible to work with, though, because she is not nearly enough things for me. It was Celia Ward, right? Oh, I'm a super fan, and then I'm like, oh, was that actually her? I think it was. And then Allie, who's one of my amazing team members at my PR firm, is asking me what my stay-home silly activity was. You know, it was so cold. I actually don't know what it was. I think it was subjecting myself to watching some things I shouldn't have been watching. And then thinking that I could darn a sweater. So, and then I almost repainted my nails because, like I said, these, and this is my silly act, which it may stick around for a while. I actually love it. The cuticle's starting to grow out, and I guess because this is such hardcore nail polish, I can feel the edge, and maybe that's every nail polish. And so I haven't decided if I need to wait, or what do you people who paint your nails do? Do you wait until it grows? See, look, can you see that? Like how it's like starting to grow out a little bit. Do you all wait until it's grown out more, or do you do it? Or I guess none of us really do our own nails, and so we're kind of in uncharted waters, as they say, uncertain times about nail care. Speaking of, Kelly is saying Celia Ward is one of the most gorgeous women on the entire planet. I agree with that. I think she is beautiful. She is up there with Catherine Zeta-Jones, who I think is stunning, and Elizabeth Taylor, who obviously was one of the most beautiful women ever. And I also think Vanessa Williams is a stunner. I think they are all gorgeous women. So I agree with you on that. Obviously, I like dark hair and like more olive complected women, though. So that's a whole other thing. So what was I talking about? Someone reminded me what I was talking about right before that. I don't remember what I was talking. Oh, Dallas Pride, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm off track. About silly things I was doing and painting your nails and all of that. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. So I'm looking at my notes here. So I went to the grocery store. You know, we're not supposed to do that much right now, especially this week, they've told us. So I went on Sunday, and I went for one thing. We were out of wine. The tragedy of tragedies. And unfortunately here in Texas, that literally is the only liquor law that has not been relaxed. I mean, right now you could buy it. Claire could open a bar in our front yard and sell to-go margaritas, and they would allow that as long as they bought a potato chip. But I still got to wait till noon to go buy my wine. So I went to the Tom Thumb here down the street. I put my mask on. I had Todd has to wear one of those mask things when he cuts the grass. And yes, I said Todd cuts the grass. That'll be another topic some other time. Because we have a yard guy who's not allowed to touch the grass. But so I was wearing that thing, and it felt so weird, and I kept feeling my breath in my eyes because it was going up, and so obviously I was wearing it wrong. But I went into the store, I made a beeline to the wine department, loaded up 10 big jugs of wine, hightailed it back to the thing, and I was probably in there less than 10 minutes. But one of the things that is driving me nuts right now is when you go to the store or you go anywhere and people are making this a fucking family outing, or they are there with their boyfriend or girlfriend or roommate. I'm like, no, one person needs to be selected as the tribute, isn't that what it's called in Hunger Games? The sacrificial lamb who goes and takes the hit for everybody. So it is not a time, and I realize single moms and stuff, they've got a different thing, but I saw mama, daddy, 2 babies. I saw boyfriend, girlfriend. I saw 2 roommates shopping together. Like that, this does not need to be a group outing anymore. Everyone just select one and go do it. But I was in and out of there like that. And so then I tried to order the rest of the groceries, which we have a bazillion groceries, so we're good. But there were some other things that I just needed, or I didn't need, I wanted, that I didn't get. And so I've tried Amazon. They're not even taking orders right now on Amazon Fresh because they only allow 3 days out, at least for my zip code. Tom Thumb, the earliest I can get it is Saturday. And then what was the other one? Kroger, I don't think was even showing up, and I'm not doing Walmart, so I may get down to there. Crystal loves the Hunger Games reference. You are the tribute. I hate that movie, actually. I've only seen the first one. I cried like my own daughter was getting killed when that little African-American girl got speared through the heart. Oh my God. Like, I don't understand that movie. I don't understand why people love that movie. I have seen people have Hunger Games themed birthday parties for their children. I'm like, sure, let's have a birthday party themed after kids murdering each other. Yeah, okay. My brother-in-law Mike is saying the ones that crack me up the most are the couples, and only one of them is wearing a mask and gloves. Like, what the fuck? Exactly. And then at the Tom Thumb, here's the other weird thing, and I was going to talk about this tomorrow, but I'm moving this up to today's schedule. So they have wrapped all of the little keypads where you put in your PIN number or your phone number, or whatever. And I've been using my Apple Watch to pay for everything, but you got to put your phone number in if you want the discount on things. And my wine is like, if you buy more than 6, you get like 20% off and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know, it's a risk we're taking, I guess. Cheers. But anyway, that keypad, they have wrapped it with, that it's not like cellophane. It's the other stuff that's a little bit thicker. You can still see through it, but it's sticky on one side, so you can put it like on the edge of the bowls or use it as a baggie kind of. So they put that over all of Klingon Seal, I think is what it's called. Klingon, whatever it's called. So they put it over all of the keypads. But the problem is, it looks like it's already been there for 3 days, and that's the same thing to me. It doesn't work that way. Like wearing gloves, I'd rather you not wear gloves. I would rather not wear gloves because I'm personally more aware of the things I touch when I'm not wearing gloves. Because if you're not changing your gloves between every single thing you do and every single thing you touch, all you're doing is having an extension of your hand that looks like blue plastic. Like it does not make any sense. My sister is saying that she saw some people taking a Q-tip and then tossing it for the keypads. I was using my big old arthritic knuckle. I probably got the phone number wrong. All this drinking has actually made my arthritis swell up real bad. My rheumatologist told me once, he's like, you need to give up caffeine and you need to give up alcohol. And I said, just make sure my hand fuses like this, please. I just want a Barbie hand. So I don't know. I think working fingers are probably overrated. So anyway, and then there was another funny thing I noticed over the weekend. So there's all these like memes going around and like chain letter kind of things to cheer people up. And, like the sense of community that's being built through this, it's so inspiring and it's wonderful. But one of the things that made me laugh is so many people will post things and they'll say, okay, I'll play along, or I don't normally do this sort of thing. And I'm like, bullshit, you don't normally do this stuff. I've seen you post every fucking BuzzFeed survey about which Golden Girl are you or which character from Schitt's Creek are you. I see you, girl. I see you. And so it just cracks me up when people preface things with, I don't normally do this kind of thing. Or, I haven't said that since my 20s. And I'll let you fill in the rest of that thought. And actually, I did always do that sort of thing because 20-year-olds are stupid. And that's another thing. Why are we acting? Everyone's like, oh, these 20-year-olds are being so irresponsible. They're not thinking about anyone. Since when? Well, actually, since the dawn of time, every generation has said that about the one after them, that they are irresponsible, they don't take responsibility, which I guess means the same thing. They are reckless, they don't care about anything other than themselves. I'm like, yeah, that was me in my lower 20s too. Pretty much anything for, I'll leave it there too. So there's that. And then the family outing. And the family outing, these are not people in their 20s. So that's not, if you were taking your wife and your kids to the Tom Thumb, you are not being responsible. It's just that you are not being, no. So anyway, do you have any questions? I'm like, suddenly I sound like this. My hair though. Oh, it's growing out. And I've seen that some of y'all have taken to cutting your own hair. I'm not sure what's going to be worse. Look, I'm getting a curl. I don't know if you can see it. Like, I'm getting a curl. I woke up this morning and my hair was monstrous because I did not wash it since Friday. It was huge. And I don't wash my hair every day most of the time. But today, it needed some hot water to push it down. But, I'm getting, I can't see. This is like backing up a car. You could do it the opposite direction. Now I'm messing it up. But anyway, the curl that I'm getting, my hair has been bone straight. My head has been bone straight for my entire life, and suddenly coronavirus sets in and I got curls. What's up with that? And then the sides are starting to hang out. And I'm like, okay, do I trim this? Do I let it grow out? I texted my hairdresser this morning, and I was like, girl, do you need money? Because I know that everyone's canceling on you, and she's fine. But I was like, I'll pay you in advance. I will help you out, whatever I need to do. My brother-in-law wants to be a top fan like Crystal Howard. Yay, look at that. Thank you. Just keep commenting. I think it's an algorithm. I'm one of your top fans, so Mike. Let's see. What else did I have to talk about here? Another thing. It's so funny. Everyone's going live right now, and I admit that I'm doing the same. I've done these off and on all the time, but I'm really, really on right now. But one of the things that people are like, a lot of people have been asking me about my skincare regimen. A lot of people have been asking me about my blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bitch, no one's asking you. It's okay to just talk about it. Like, we're all just trying to vent. We're trying to get things out and connect to people and all that. It's okay. You don't need to make an excuse. Just do it. No excuses. Like, we are all okay. We are in this together and we love each other, and it's all love. Do not be embarrassed about putting yourself out there. So it's okay. Judy, you love the volume in my hair. I love it right now too. Actually, I do love the volume right now, but normally I have to color it to get volume because my hair is so fine, and it's this dishwater color. Now, I was a towhead blonde until like my 20s, and now I have to highlight it just to give it texture and give it some volume. But maybe a little virus is not bad every now and then if this is the volume I get. It's very, very Hollywood hair. I love it. But the color is going to grow out. I'm starting to see the roots right there. So anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, and as I say in all of these videos, stop shooting yourself. Like, I see people, they're killing themselves trying to learn new things. I realize that we're bored, and that's okay. And if you're doing it because you want to do it, that's wonderful as well. But stop shooting yourself to death. We are all in this together. You don't need to come out of this knowing a new trade, a new skill. You don't need to have a hot new body, anything like that. I'm going to have a different body when I come out of this. Even though I've lost weight, I think it's repositioning itself. And I'm going to have to have a backpack to carry my liver in by the end of it too. Because I wake up every morning saying, allergies, hangover, or coronavirus. And it's usually the first two, both. So, Arden is asking me, how did I repair my cashmere sweater? So I don't know if I'm sure you know which sweater I'm talking about, but I haven't worn it in a while. The elbows, so a moth got into it and literally just went. So you have to, darning is where you just kind of weave, you lightly weave a thread through it. Most people do it with a contrasting thread because the reality is you're not fooling anybody. You're fixing a sweater. But you lightly thread it through like you're reweaving it. And if you look at darning, there's tons of tutorials on it. And I just did that, and you have to just try to not pucker it. Like that's the key, is pulling it together without then making it look like a little anus right there. So, because I said cashmere anus, and a couple of them do look like that. So, a lot of people are asking me, "How are you such a sloth?" Says Kelly. I love it. Oh, I think a lot of our schools are going to be sitting on the couch watching Netflix too, and Disney Plus. Which, thank God for Disney Plus. There's so much stuff on that, and it's good stuff too. They have a lot of their documentaries and such too. Oh, well, I'm a little off the rails today. 4-day week, yes. Woo, woo. Kids are finally catching on to their distance learning. It's a lot easier now. I'm gonna look through the comments here and see if you'll have anything, because we are nearing. I always promised to keep these under 30 minutes, and we are at 26 minutes and 15 seconds. So, if you got any other questions, shoot, okay? Or just thoughts or comments or whatever, and message me the kind of things. I'm kind of keeping a running list of things to talk about, and I've unfortunately stolen from tomorrow's list. I hate when I do that because then I got to think of new things to do. So I got my list here. My cue card. Also, I have discovered, so I'm probably going to go over 30 minutes. So I have discovered a new technology that is going to allow me to bring in another person. So I think the first one is going to be the Gale to my Oprah, my BFF, Carrie Sparks, Food Sparks, to talk about what she's doing, what she's buying, and all that. So she and I are doing the opposite things. So she lives in a high rise. I live in a big estate house. She is single, happily single, like jubilantly single. And obviously I have 2 kids, and I'm the Betty Crocker of the fucking gay mafia. And then not Betty Crocker. Well, whatever. That made sense. And then, so she is shopping like a fool right now. And I'm kind of hunkered down, not doing any of that. I'm not scared. I just don't want to take chances, which is very unusual for me. And so I'm thinking I'm going to have her on. Carrie's going to be my first guest. Everyone loves a Carrie. And so that'll be fun. So we'll do that sometime this week. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday, but we will see. Because I'm coming to you every day, whether you like it or not. I hope you tune in. 4:15 weekdays. I'm coming to you. And maybe some special episodes too. I don't know. So Eric is saying that DISD is off Friday and Monday. You know what? Our school actually is too. And Friday is Good Friday, and Monday is, I guess, Easter Monday. And so I don't know if I'll come to you on Monday or not, but I probably will. Mary is saying she has bought things. Oh, which is unusual for her. I will tell you this, though. My fucking Instagram and Facebook ads are like off the charts crazy right now. Like everyone from Coach, because I love some Coach, to Wish, Wish is that like, you're like streaming, and it's like, oh, dildo, what? It's just the stuff. I need to write down the stuff that they're recommending right now. It is like, I'm simultaneously like entertained by it and mortified by the fact that their algorithm has suggested these things to me. And I know I'm not alone in this, but it's funny. Did I get my cascarones? I have not yet. And for those of you who are not as cultured as I, cascarones are confetti eggs. It's just the actual name for them. I've not gotten them yet, and I don't know if we're going to or how that's going to work out. I actually kind of forgot that this was Easter week, and I'm kind of thinking I might forget to tell the kids too, so I don't have to like do a lot of stuff. So, and as I was saying earlier, stop shooting yourself. You do not need to come out of this with a skill or a new trade or a new side hustle or anything like that. The only thing you need to come out of this with is your health and the fact that you did not murder your children. So just keep that in mind. That is the only expectation. No murder suicide, and no death. Like, just keep yourself healthy. So, Mary, I'd love to know, actually, I'd love for any of y'all to tell me what Wish recommends to you. Because I know that there's no way that I am the only person that they send stuff to. By the way, do y'all like this shirt? I bought this shirt in California. It's a cute little t-shirt. And I bought it at the hotel where we stayed, the gift shop in San Francisco. And it's a local California person. And I just love this shirt so much. I almost wore a scarf today, but then I was like, oh, I'd take away from the shirt. I didn't realize you couldn't see enough of the shirt, though, because I kind of want you to see the hair instead, because I'm vain like that. So anyway, that's all I got today. It's been 31 minutes of joy for me and love. I love, as I say every time, I love all of you. I want you to know that you are loved. And I love that you watch this. I love that you let me talk to you and that you entertain me. This is cheaper than therapy, as I always say. And with that, send me a list of the things that you've been buying, because I want to make a compilation. You can just message me, post in this comments, whatever you want. And Mike, I'll get to that later. And so, in the meantime, I love you. Cheers. Enjoy the short 4-day week. I guess is tomorrow Wednesday then? Since I don't know how it works. Which one do we take out? But anyway, I love you. Talk to you later. Bye.